everyone. Friday Night Fights is coming to a close with a bang. The second and final of our 2 professional bouts. The last of our 9 total bouts on the evening is moments away. Alexander Olave, originally from Morristown, New Jersey, now fighting out of Fairfax, Virginia, and Kazan MMA, getting set to face somewhat of a fan favorite, I would say, Phoenix Carnivale, a man known as the Mayor, Elijah Clarke.
He's a fan favorite because he's also a really nice guy. Like, everybody loves him here in New York, and it's warranted. He's a great dude.
Originally from St. Lucia, now calls New York his home. He was hanging out with Josh Brandenburg, who won a title belt a little bit earlier on Friday Night Fights. During the weigh-in, Elijah and Josh were hanging out, and I asked Josh and Elijah, why do they call Elijah the Mayor? And Josh simply said, Elijah knows everybody, and everybody knows Elijah, so we call him the Mayor. Seems to make sense as Elijah seals the ring before this professional bout. Broad Street Ballroom is the site. Ariel Agami with Phoenix Carnivale, waiting patiently for our main event. 2 pro Muay Thai fighters about to go at it. Alexander Olave and Elijah Clarke. Here's David Diamante for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to the Broad Street Ballroom here in downtown New York City, USA, for the featured bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Friday Night Fights Muay Thai. Sponsored by Chang Beer, Amazing Thailand, Scratch DJ Academy, Lucky Strike, Adidas Combat Sports, and the Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino. This bout is sanctioned by the WKA, President in attendance, Brian Crenshaw. Your referee for this contest, Chris the Cannon Wagner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 5 rounds of professional full rules Muay Thai scheduled in the 165-pound weight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the gold, silver, and black. He weighed in at an even 164 pounds. His professional record, 4 victories against 2 defeats. He represents Kaizen MMA and DCB MMA. From Fairfax, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alexander Olave. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the gray, green, and gold. He weighed in at 168.6 pounds. His professional record, 2 victories against 1 defeat. Representing Renzo Gracie from New York City, ladies and gentlemen, Elijah the Mayor Clarke.
Gentlemen, nice clean fight about McMahon at all times. In case of a knockdown, go meet your corner. Tell you go to. Wait till I call you out. Any questions over here? Any questions over here? Fight fair, fight hard. Touch them up.
All right, here we go. The 9th and final fight of the evening on Friday Night Fights. A couple of seasoned pros locking up. Alexander Olave against the Mayor, Elijah Clarke. Chris Wagner says ring the bell. Here we go. First of 5 3-minute rounds potentially. Clarke and Olave in Phoenix. The first thing you notice, a tremendous difference in height as Clarke opens up with a big right leg round kick upstairs.
We were saying that, Elijah Clarke is very explosive with his kicks, very fast, very hard to time. What Alexander Olave is doing is trying to tie up that range and take away Elijah's range. Elijah just using his knees effectively at all ranges, going to the body, and then he even went upstairs with them.
Oh, Clarke switching up the knees in the clinch.
Knee goes up towards the temple. Huge flexibility on Elijah Clarke.
I mean, just a brutal start for Olave in the sense that he's already got the crowd against him for the most part, and he wakes up to a foot to the face to begin the fight, and now knee after knee in the corner.
Right now, Elijah Clarke looking for the dominant hand position so that he can use his leverage to use that knee. Huge teep I mean, again, look at the leverage. Look at the power on Elijah Clarke's legs.
Goodness gracious, Elijah Clarke looks primed and ready to go here against Olave in the main event of the evening.
He's just in tremendous shape. You know, and again, another teep that just kind of sends Olave back, and they're exhausting. You know, when you get teeped, especially to the midsection multiple times, it's like a video game with the power of the energy bar just starts to die down.
Almost like a jab with the leg, but right to the solar plexus.
Right, it's very painful. You know, it takes a lot of wind out you, and also being pushed back, you know, getting your rhythm taken away from you, that does a lot to you too.
Finally, Olave starts to gain some traction here, although he takes another partially blocked left leg upstairs.
Yeah, he's got to use footwork and evasion in order to get inside and stay away from the longer limbs of Elijah Clarke, but you know, Elijah Clarke is kind of hip to that, as you can see, so he walks him down and finds his own range.
Now, Olave is trained and fought internationally as Clarke sweeps the leg out from under him. Olave, much like you, Phoenix, is trained in Thailand and fought professionally in Thailand, and he is not afraid of Elijah Clarke, but it's just been a tough start to this bout for him.
Well, he's having a hard time getting his cadence. There he goes, he lands a left hand.
Olave does get a left hand in there upstairs on Clarke. Clarke going back to the teep, which is a very powerful weapon for him. Olave looked like he landed an uppercut.
Yeah, he's looking to go straight down the middle, you know, based off Elijah Clarke's guard. You can see where his hands position are, but it's very hard to get in there because of his range. Nice step and evasion by Elijah Clarke, good switch kick.
Thudding leg kick from Clarke, but he takes a left hand upstairs as round one comes to a close. Tremendous job by Olave weathering that early storm. He looked like he was in big trouble right out of the gate, but he kind of settled down. He took that kick to the face early on, took several knees in the clinch, but then he calmed things down a little bit, let things come to him.
That's one big part of being a pro, you know, is not to let your emotions frustrate you, that you still have several rounds to go, and that, you know, you can always figure a person out or listen to directions from your coach and try to get in there. And you can't do that if your composure is gone.
Round one in the books, our final fight of the evening on Friday Night Fights from the Broad Street Ballroom. One of the great venues in New York City, nearly 90 years old, a historic venue. We're so glad to be with you in this latest presentation of Friday Night Fights. Ariel Agami and Phoenix Carnevale on the mic. Q Live Sports bringing you the sights and sounds as round two is underway.
Nice Superman punch.
Stiff left hand from Clarke. Mean right leg.
See Alex trying to push the action now, kind of corner Clarke, but they want it back in the center of the ring.
Just so tough, just looking at the two fighters. Clarke is just so long. It's such a challenge just to get inside.
Hard. It's like fighting John Jones.
It seems that way. That's what it looks like. Clarke whips on the right hand.
Olave's doing a good job of using his boxing, trying to come at angles with his punches.
Olave seems to signal that Clarke hit him with a low blow. Says that he
Chris Wagner's just given Clarke a little bit of a warning.
Olave waves off the break that was offered to him, and he goes right at Clarke and starts to clinch him up against the ropes.
He's looking for a body lock here, which is a smarter thing to do when you're a shorter fighter. Elijah Clarke coming over the top with elbows. Now, since he's stalling there, you know, you saw Chris Wagner break him up. When you're in the clinch, you do have to work. He was just holding. Now from the southpaw position, Elijah Clarke gets him while he's spinning.
As Clarke was following through with this missed left kick, Clarke banged him with a round kick to the midsection, but then Olave able to recover.
Nice, another big leg kick lands by Elijah Clarke.
And you can tell Olave felt that one. Tries to answer.
Right, yeah, on the outside leg kick.
Clarke,
just a slip.
Clarke actually partially landed that round kick upstairs, but he fell to the mat.
Olave doing his best job to kind of get inside, get around the limbs. Nice body punch lands by Olave. Olave using his boxing here. Elijah Clarke, huge knee.
Really impressed with the heart of Olave here, Phoenix. He's clearly outsized, and the crowd is certainly not behind him, but save for a small section behind us. But
yeah,
he's giving it everything he has, but he whiffs on the back fist and hits the canvas, just a slip.
I mean, you can tell Olave is a very good fighter, and he does have a lot of tools. But you know, dealing with somebody with such range, you know, is very difficult.
Oh, vicious low kick.
Yeah, you can see those are starting to wear on Olave.
And the teep looked to land in the midsection as well for Elijah Clarke. Round 2 in its final 20 seconds here.
You know, it's really hard to get inside, because when you do try to come near Elijah Clarke, he punishes you, like so.
Every time Olave does something good, Clarke does 2 good things. Or 3 in this case. 3 nasty leg kicks. Round 2 coming to a close as Clarke nearly tumbles over the top rope with Olave on top of him. But really excellent action from the professional ranks on Friday Night Fights. As many as 3 rounds still to come in our 9th of 9 outstanding battles in the squared circle. Ariel Agami, Phoenix Carnevale, and Q Live Sports bringing you this installment of Friday Night Fights from the Broad Street Ballroom. So what's the strategy here right now, Phoenix, for Olave? Clearly, he's undersized. He's taken some big shots to the legs and midsection thus far, but he has experience. What is he using as encouragement to go into the next 3 rounds?
A lot of things that you have to do when you're the smaller fighter is sometimes you have to actually take a few to get inside, and also you have to use feints, and you have to throw multiple shots. He has had some success with his boxing. What he should do is continue to use that boxing and then follow up with leg kicks, or kicks in general. So we'll see if that happens.
Round 3 underway. Clarke and Olave, our main event from the Broad Street Ballroom on Friday Night Fights. Clarke whips on the high round kick.
Now he can do some attacking of Elijah's legs as well. Beautiful timed sweep by Olave.
One of the better moments of the fight thus far for Olave, who, after that tough beginning, has gained some traction here. Certainly showing why he is a well-traveled, well-schooled professional Muay Thai fighter, overcoming that early onslaught from the mayor, Elijah Clarke.
Yeah, as you can see, you know, he's taken a lot of shots, but he's still very much in this fight.
The left hand stuck in there by Olave, tries the leaping front kick, but Clarke backed out of the way. Good right hand by Olave.
Yeah, see, when he uses his punching, when he comes straight down the middle, he's been able to have some success. It's really hard because with the conditioning of Elijah Clarke, if you do hit him, he punishes you right afterwards.
Straight left hand for Clarke.
Nice head movement by Olave.
And Olave stuck back with a left jab. Oh, overhand
over
left.
the top.
Beautiful.
Yeah, if he mixes up his angles and his shots, you know, going to the body and going to the head, he can also have some success here.
Now trouble for Olave. Looks like a cut developing maybe on the bridge of the nose towards the corner of the left eye as a knee lands for Elijah Clarke. We'll see if the action has to be stopped. Looks like Chris Wagner, the referee, is trying to get a closer look as the knees continue to rain onto the midsection of Olave, and another round kick to the head by Elijah Clarke.
Olave sucking wind here.
Understandably so. He's taking a lot of punishment to the midsection, but he's still fighting hard.
Another big knee.
Final minute of round 3 of a scheduled 5. Our main event on Friday Night Fights, living up to its billing. The mayor, Elijah Clarke, with New York City behind him.
Has such dexterity, you know, that Clarke jumps over the top and lands knees to the head right past the arm of Olave.
Incredible length by Clarke.
Oh, and another big knee lands right under the rib cage. Olave circling out.
Olave tried the left hand, but he took a low kick in exchange. Olave's got to be careful leaving those kind of half-hearted leg kicks out there because Clarke is quick to respond.
Yeah.
Final 15 or so seconds of round number 3. Chris Wagner will break up the two combatants in the corner. Teep by Clarke. And the bell rings in round number 3. Olave, incredible heart. And Clarke, incredible tools, incredible physical tools being put on display.
Absolutely.
The last of our 9 bouts this evening on Friday Night Fights. I'm Ari Olagami with renowned martial arts expert, Phoenix Carnevale, the creator of everything martial arts. Check her out all over the internet, on YouTube, on Instagram. So glad you could be with us on this latest installment of FNF from the Broadway Ballroom.
Having a good time over here, and of course, you know, I love my New York martial artists and the New York martial arts scene. Huge victory for us this week as MMA has become legalized. We're going to see a lot of shows, you're going to see a lot of action, you're going to see a lot of, you know, people just caring more about combat sports, so it's just a good week for us in general. Absolutely right, and no better way to cap it off on a Friday night than with a Friday night's extravaganza from downtown Manhattan. Now look at Elijah Clarke here, showing a little swagger as round 4 gets underway. Touches gloves with Olave. Olave comes out swinging. Olave, a native of New Jersey, but now fights out of Fairfax, Virginia. Oh, big elbow lands. Nice. Right leg upstairs for Clarke as well. 2 good shots early in this 4th round. Good right hand from Olave lands. Overhand left got in as well, but Clarke right back with a round kick upstairs. Clarke's just such a long and lanky fighter. Big left, more of a glancing blow, but it looked good from Olave. He's doing his best to land some good shots with the fist, but Clarke keeps answering. Like we said, every time Olave does something good, Clarke has 2 or 3 answers. 2 men locked up in the corner now. Knee landing for Clarke. Clarke's been using that knee a lot this evening. He comes over the hand and the glove, goes to the temple or the cheek. Olave trying the knee, but Clarke gets a better one in. Left hand fought off by Clarke. And again, Olave kind of whiffs on that leg kick. Got to be careful. Clarke has answered him with extreme aggression a couple of times in this fight. That outside leg kick, you know, has done some damage. You can see the leg of Olave just battered there. Clarke has been able to double and triple up on his shots throughout this fight. Olave landing mostly single blows, and the combos from Clarke starting to pile up. Nice. There was a good body kick by Elijah Clarke. 2 outstanding pros here doing battle down the stretch of this Friday Night Fights event from Lower Manhattan. Olave and Clarke with a minute left in round 4. Oh, head kick. Big leg kick upstairs to the head of Olave. Clarke continues to stalk. Tries the teep now. Another one. Can Olave reach down and find something extra as we come down the stretch of this fight? Another leg kick from Clarke and a right hand. Olave, you know, just not having a lot of answers for Clarke, but that body punch does work for him. The only thing is once he gets inside, he winds up backing himself out rather than staying in the inside, and that has a lot to do with the fact that Elijah will capitalize off of the clinch position. Final seconds of round number 4. Attempted Superman punch by Olave comes up empty, and there's the bell. 1 more round to go on Friday Night Fights. Four title fights in the amateur ranks so far this evening, and 2 outstanding professional battles. Jay Matias, the kid from Corona, Queens, taking down Mike Arosa in a 5-round decision a little while ago, and Elijah Clarke, the mayor, looking to cap things off in style. The New Yorker by way of St. Lucia trying to close the show against Alexander Olave, who's a New Jersey native but now fights out of Fairfax, Virginia.
and the Kaizen MMA school.
You got to give it to him. You know, he's dealt with a lot of punishment, but yet, you know, he's still trying to win. He's still staying in there. He's still throwing punches.
David Diamante on the mic, getting the crowd ready for the last round of the evening. Clarke and Olave touching gloves and an embrace before the 5th and final round. Again, beautiful sportsmanship all over the ring on Friday Night Fights.
Yeah, going into this 5th and final round, you know, you're going to see Olave knowing that he's down on the scorecards and just looking to you know, devastate Elijah Clarke in some way, shape, or form. As Clarke, you have to be smart. You have to know that this guy's coming in to get you because that's his only opportunity to win. You can't think that you have it in the bag, and you have to stay very focused, which is what he's doing. As you can see, he's still attacking with strong knees. He's still trying to walk Olave down. Olave moving forward, going with punches.
Olave's best moments have come with the hands, but he takes 2 stiff rights up top from Clarke as Clarke works him towards the corner. Now Olave circles around. Clarke just continues to pepper the legs with those low roundhouse kicks. Really tremendous heart by Alexander Olave, obviously outsized and with the crowd behind his opponent, but he still continues to come forward and trade shots. Big right leg lands for Clarke.
You got to give it to Olave because he's had his hands up and he's blocked a lot of these kicks. I mean, it could have been a bad night for him, you know, otherwise.
Olave tried the spinning back elbow, but to no avail. Comes in with the uppercut, landed a couple. But again, kind of a tired, low kick attempt from Olave, and Clarke closes ground again.
Well, once he manages to get on the inside, he backs himself out, which has been, you know, one of the reasons why Elijah's able to capitalize by using his range.
Approaching the final minute of action on Friday Night Fights, a wonderful night of action from the Broad Street Ballroom. Knees inside of the clinch by Clarke. Now the teep with the left leg. Feints with the right knee. Olave works himself out of the corner, tries the straight left. Roundhouse kick from Olave. Back with the teep comes Clarke.
Oh, that was a big leg kick. You can see it just buckling the thigh of Olave. And Olave, you know, still fighting though, but really tentative on that leg. I mean, you could tell him, oh, use your boxing, but it's very hard to punch when your leg is like that.
He can't get any drive behind his blows. His legs are simply beat up. Inside elbow there, stepping elbow by Clarke. Now the 2 men are locked up in the corner. Final minute of action.
Nice elbow that lands by Elijah Clarke. Another elbow lands by Elijah Clarke. Clarke keeping Olave in the corner. Olave slips out of that corner, tries to head back to the center of the ring.
Olave throwing the hands as we come down the stretch. Final seconds of action from the Broad Street Ballroom. The mayor, Elijah Clarke, and Alexander Olave duel to a decision. And Elijah Clarke raises his hands in victory after a stellar performance. Great stuff on Friday Night Fights this evening. Our 9th and final bout comes to a close. Elijah Clarke, AKA the mayor out of St. Lucia, now a New Yorker. Had his first child just recently, has a 5-month-old daughter named Chloe. Has a lot to fight for now. We'll hear from the winner of this bout in just a few moments. David Diamante collecting the scores as we speak. This is Friday Night Fights, everybody. It's been a wonderful evening from the Broad Street Ballroom in Lower Manhattan. Ariel Agami, Phoenix Carnivale, and the Q Live Sports team bringing you all the sights and sounds from this latest excellent Muay Thai affair. And once again, one of the great highlights of doing Friday Night Fights, the sportsmanship. Olave and Clarke embrace. Clarke salutes the fans, his now hometown fans. The Henzo Gracie School looking to make it a 2-0 night. We saw Josh Broadway Brandenburg win a title belt earlier in the evening. Now Elijah Clarke looks to run his professional Muay Thai record Up to 5-1 if he can score the decision victory against Alexander Olave. David Diamante has the scorecards. He is reviewing them. And here's Diamond Dave with the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action here in the Broad Street Ballroom, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout identically, 50-45. All 3 for the winner by unanimous decision, representing Heads of Gracie,
Well, there he is, the mayor, Elijah Clarke. Thrills the home crowd once again. A 5-round decision fight goes his way. Elijah Clarke up to 5-1 as a pro now, and Phoenix Carnevale is with our winner.
Elijah, not only was it a great fight, but it was a great display of sportsmanship. What did you guys say to each other at the end of this fight?
He just told me I'm a warrior. You know what I mean? And same to him. You know what I mean? He hanged in there where other guys wouldn't. So I tap my hats off to him.
You always come in great conditioning. What was it like training for this fight?
It was great. It was short of fight camp, but you know what I mean? You have to take adversity and roll with it, no matter what. That's what fighters are.
Well, you are a warrior. Thank you so much.
Oh, one thing. This is my first fight after the birth of my baby girl, Chloe. So this is for her. You know what I mean? My lovely wife. And this is for my baby girl. Can't wait to go back home to her.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A wonderful moment for the professional Muay Thai artist, Elijah Clarke. The new daddy wins for his baby girl, Chloe. And he's now 5-1 in the pro Muay Thai ranks. Excellent stuff here from the Broad Street Ballroom. Ariel Agami with Phoenix Carnevale, who's about to rejoin me ringside here. The action comes to a close and another excellent bout. And as Phoenix rejoins me now, Phoenix, really, I've been so impressed throughout the evening, and you told me this coming in, but the sportsmanship and the humble nature of these guys is just really remarkable, because you see so much arrogance in pro sports and so much look at me, but nothing but respect between opponents, no matter what the outcome has been. And even from a dominating performance like we just saw from Elijah Clarke, all he had to say was what a warrior Alexander Olave was.
Well, you know, that's the thing about martial arts, is you have to be, you got to be confident enough to go in there and fight a person, but you have to be humble enough to take a beating in the gym in order to be able to fight that person. So it does cause a lot of balance in that way.
Another dominating performance from the mayor. He's now 5-1 as a pro. Alexander Olave falls to 4-3. That about does it for this edition of Friday Night Fights. For Phoenix Carnevale, the Q Live Sports team, Justin Blair, Eddie Marini, and the Friday Night Fights crew, we're signing off. We'll see you next time on Friday Night Fights.